Boys,
Yes.
I just saw a new drunk bus.
No way.
It looks like a big red barn.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What's it called?
I don't know. I didn't catch the writing on it, but it looked like one of the buses that drive people around town while they drink.
Yes.
Looked like a big red barn.
I see the drag bus go by all the time.
I've seen that one.
You ever seen that one? Every day I see them go by.
Folks have got to realize that people are taking pictures.
Yes.
And they're not going away.
No. I mean, if you learned nothing from the astronomer Coldplay thing, you're on camera 24/7. Somebody's looking at you. And if you want to be safe going to a concert, go see Ghost, which is where Bell went, and they took his phone away, everybody's phone, or go to see Oasis because the cameras are never going to be on you.
Right.
If you ran on stage, it'll still never capture you. Because enough about you, it's more about me. That should be the name of their album. Enough about you, more about me.
That is right on.
That's it. They are the kind, this beauty of Oasis. They're the kind to go, you guys, you're welcome. For what? For us being so awesome?
For us being here.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You think they'll look back when they're 80 and go, I can't believe we did that? Probably not.
Who knows, man? They might still be touring.
They might be. Still fighting, too.
Yeah.
Right? Coming at each other inside of a walker. Epstein may... Well, she's got to demand... You're in no position to demand squadoosh, lady.
Sure she is. All she's got to... her plan is perfect. To make things the way I want them, or Fifth Amendment all the way, baby.
You get to go, right? You get to get an outfit. You get to get out of your cell.
Well, and she's demanding that.
Yeah.
That it definitely be outside of the prison where she's being held.
Well, they're not going to bring Congress there, and they're not going to do it via phone. But
because they might not let them out.
Yeah, no doubt. And here's the other thing. And we say this all the time. You will learn nothing in front of the cameras. Anything real takes place in a private room where they go like, they take your phone away the minute you get there, right? One of those, what do they call those rooms? I always forget.
Can't remember.
Where you go to those rooms and you have to leave your phone out there. That's where you learn stuff.
Oh, behind closed doors.
Because for the left and the right, it's about asking the question. So depending if you want this person to get this judgeship or whatever they're up for, agency.
Right.
And if you're on the right, you're going to ask that person great questions that's going to allow them to run forward. If you're on the left and you don't like that person, you're going to spend 4 minutes and 50 seconds rambling about whatever you want to ramble about, and then you'll throw it to them. And then they'll go, see, you couldn't answer it. And that's all for television purposes and for the internet. A skiff. Thank you guys very much. Skiff. Appreciate that. A skiff. So, and that's where those are the best places, the skiff. Because you got to leave your stuff behind. That's because it's real, right?
Yeah.
Like we're finding stuff out.
Yeah.
We're not going to unload the world's secrets in front of the whole world.
No, that's all for show.
That is all for show.
So you can yell at somebody and look like you're really concerned.
Yeah. But I want to bring her in if you're going to do it.
Well, absolutely.
Make her wear the orange outfit. We don't wear orange here. I know, but we want you to wear orange. I think he might commute her sentence or pardon her.
I don't know, man.
Dude, you can't do that. You can't do that.
I mean, maybe he's like saying this, so it gives her a glimmer of hope. Maybe she'll let something slip. But.
Okay, honestly, people, you love Trump, you hate Trump, whatever it is. How can you take her seriously on anything that has to do with Trump because she has to go through Trump to get out? So even if Trump did do something, I'm not saying he did, but even if he did, and if I tell everybody that he did it or he did something, that he's never going to let me go. Unless, of course, you've already talked to J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
And J.D.'s like, I got your back. So it's too late. Release everything, and then we'll figure it out from there. Because you're not going to tell everybody, not what we want to hear, but what we need to hear, or at least the powers that be, because you've got skin in the game. And I don't think we can, you just can't trust anything she says. And she's a liar, and a child molester, and a trafficker, and all of those things. Let's not forget that.
This is why you still have the people just saying, just release the files.
Just release the files.
She's also going to want to stay on Trump's good side for the possibility of a pardon.
And that's what I said.
Exactly it.
How do you believe her? How could you? And if it was, let's just say this was, a Democrat president and the Republicans would be saying the same thing. How can you believe anything she's saying? Because, she's aiming for something. And people are also asking questions because he went and interviewed her, the second in charge, Todd Blanche, whatever, interviews her. He did it alone. He didn't take a bunch of people with him. So you can't, and she's not, let's be honest, she's not altruistic. She's not some like, let me get it off my chest. I want everybody to know the truth. She wants to get her ass out of there. So she is going to say whatever she needs to say to get out of there. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And we'll see what kind of, if they give her anything. I just don't, there's a list of demands. I find that to be, as they would say, rich. Here's the list of my demands. You better come up with them or else. No, you're done, lady. You're done. And somebody said, I don't like to be called a conspiracy theorist. No. So, yeah, so she wants out. That's right. She does. She wants out. What would you say if you put yourself in her position, right? So, Bell's in there for stealing Swizzlers, right? He stole Swizzlers and he was selling them to kids and pretending they were, oh my goodness. And he's in jail for 20 years. And I'm on a list of maybe a Swizzler dealer. A Swizzler, I made it up. And, I'm on the list, but maybe I'm not. Maybe I am. But that you've got to go through me if you want out. Even though you've done some stuff, you've said some things, you've sold some stuff. We know that there's a lot of this stuff in there. You got to go through me still. And maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But there's enough out there. And even if I did, and you know it, but you got to come through me. You're not going to throw me under the bus if I have to give Bell his freedom. And I think if they were to do that, I think the first thing they would do is he would call Bibi and say, because her dad was, with the Mossad and all that stuff, he's going to say, I'm going to commute her sentence and we're deporting her tomorrow. She's coming to you. You guys deal with her. I think that's what they would do. It's just hard. It's hard to say that anything like that would happen. And she's a liar. And I go back to this. Let me see if I have it. Yesterday I played it. I'm not quite sure if I had it. The ladies that were, and there's several, there's over 200 victims. And her MO would be go to parks, high schools. She was looking for not the well-adjusted kid with a great family. Loners, kids who were kind of ostracized, kids who were in positions where if they went missing, meaning, they just stopped coming to school, that it would be like, she dropped out of school. Foster care kind of kids, single parents, mom not really caring or dad not really around, and taking advantage of them in that way. And this is Sarah Ransom and Virginia Dufresne. Virginia committed suicide earlier this year. Sarah is still alive, and Sarah is still going hard because she wants it to come out on how bad Maxwell was.
And you know yourself what I've been through trying to take her down. She had no remorse in her voice. Gillian has no soul. And you know yourself what I've been through trying to take her down. And the reason why I've had to go through that is because she's a dangerous human being. She will reoffend, and reoffend. These people never stop. Ever.
She is a monster. She's worse than Epstein. She did things even worse than Epstein did. She was vicious, she was evil, and she was a woman.
Her lawyers have said Ghislaine Maxwell is not a Jeffrey Epstein, that she has been a victim of media spin.
They're doing their job, but I know that woman. I've known her really well. Put it this way. Epstein was Pinocchio, and she was Geppetto. She was the guy controlling
the strings.
Jeffrey. Yep, she was pulling the strings. She had his money. He had her contacts. But Ghislaine was much more conniving and smart than Epstein ever was.
So take it for what it's worth. We'll find out because it looks like there's a good potential this is going to happen. And we'll go from there. And everybody wants to know it's not a list. It's not like the black. There's lots of books and lots of files and lots of things. Just because you knew Jeffrey didn't mean you knew Jeffrey. That being said, there's probably enough through all of this that you can start to make out certain things and you can start still ask questions. I mean, do you realize that when this went down, all of this stuff went down? The Department of Justice never once questioned her. Never once questioned her at all about any of this. And she thinks she deserves to be out of jail because when they made that deal back in 2007 or whatever, when he went away the first time for 4 minutes or whatever, he went away for house arrest or whatever, that she was supposed to have immunity. And because there was no new trial, you're putting her in jail for this? That's the whole thing. And that's what she's fighting the DOJ with, trying to get it to Supreme Court, that immunity should count for this. I think she should rot in hell. That's just me. Coming up, it's Hot Take Tuesday. We got our hot takes. So far, my hot take is, I think grape jelly is disgusting, and I hate it. Jam, jelly, whatever it is, gross. Purple, yuck. Belle hates everybody on Broadway. Is that what you said, Belle?
Real close. Very close.
Very close. And Ken believes that with Swamp Ass, where it is, this time of year, feel free to wear your worst underwear. Holes, ratty, nasty. Same thing even with your shorts because it's not worth the Swamp Ass.
In fact, you might just skip underwear altogether.
Whoa, that is crazy.
Just go commando, baby.
Oh, that is crazy. There you go, kids. It's happening. We want to know what your hot take is on anything whatsoever. We're going to do that. We still got some Israel stuff to talk about. And this app that came out called T. We'll talk about that as well. And men should pay attention to this. Okay? Just letting you guys know that. It's Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. Oh, I can only imagine what this one's all about.
Should we make guesses?
Somebody got near a bison.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Somebody got near a bison. I'm excited.
Close.
Buffalo, bison, a bear. Somebody did something so stupid that you deserve.
I don't need to stay on this path the Rangers say will keep me safe. God. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, of course you can. And enjoy it, too, by the way. We don't have to rescue you, you idiot. Goodness me. Hot Take Tuesday. We do hot takes here. They're non-political because, there's enough politics, right? We try to do stuff different here. We're having conversations. My hot take of the day. Grape jelly is awful. It's horrible. And I only eat strawberry. And much like Peter Griffin, and I only eat what I like. And that's it. And grape, somebody said, grape anything is gross. I agree. I didn't like grape Kool-Aid. I never liked that.
What flavor was that Uncrustable?
That was strawberry. Because I told you, my wife, if she buys the wrong ones and we have to throw them at her, we're like, what are you doing? Nobody eats these, right? Nobody does. For Ken, by the way, now who suggested Commando, people are getting really behind the Commando.
Yeah, yeah. Extreme heat warnings mean you don't even have to wear underwear.
Yeah. There you go. That's it. Somebody said they eat They have grape flavored jelly or jam on their cheese sandwich.
I could do that.
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese. Gross.
Ooh, I could do that.
Oh, shame. Shame on you. Commando's very excited. Here's one. Bob Dylan's the most overrated writer ever. You know what? He is. I had a cool story about that. Bob Dylan, my buddy Brian, Mr. Rock and Roll, one of the great DJs of all time back in the day, at lunch, and Dylan came in and hanging out with him and at the Brown Derby or one of those places, with him, his friend, and the guy's girlfriend, and she loved Dylan, loved Dylan. And Bob shows up late. He's in ripped jeans. He's got, leather jacket. Everybody's dressed up, and she finally asks him about all the writing and stuff. And he said, I got to be honest with you, I was pretty messed up then. And I'd wake up in the morning and go, what the hell does that mean? Mm-hmm. He is. It's probably not the first, too.
I went to see Dylan live just for the sake of being able to say I saw Bob Dylan. And it was one of the worst shows I've ever seen. You would literally be halfway through the song because he would change the arrangements up so drastically. You'd be halfway through the song before you even knew what the hell you were listening to.
Oh. It's like, what's that Pearl Jam song? The one where...
Alive? Even Flow?
Oh, God, what's
Daughter?
Even Flow.
No, not Even Flow. Where he made up the words.
He made up.
Is it Daughter or whatever? One of those.
Daughter's a story.
Eddie Vedder made up the words, and he doesn't. Even when he does it on stage, he goes, "It's never the same. It's never the same."
So he just in the middle of a song just made up the words.
Yeah.
And so it changes every time.
Every time. No, it's never been right. Same thing with Dexy's Midnight Runners. By the way, tomorrow, One Hit Wonder Wednesday. Let us know what you want to hear for the One Hit Wonder Wednesday.
Steel Breeze.
Steel Breeze. Sexual Chocolate.
Sexual Chocolate.
Remember that? Remember Sexual Chocolate?
That boy good. He real good.
Who
I
played?
thought it was a trash.
Who played that guy?
Clint. I want to say his name was Clint Smith.
That guy was funny. Because Eddie and Arsenio played a lot of those.
Yes.
And that boy good.
Yeah, Clint Smith. That boy good. He real good.
And that was hilarious that he played all of those parts. But that Clint Smith was just like, who's this guy?
Yeah, he was just.
Do you remember Samuel L. Jackson? That was like his first movie.
Yes.
Little did he know.
Yeah.
He would be in every movie ever made from then on out.
Right.
Yellow Lead better.
Yeah, it's all made up. It's like he kind of had a formulation for something, but he's like, it's no, same thing. Dexy's Midnight Runners. They ask Kevin Rowland what it is. He's like, I don't know. I'm Irish. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
I don't know what I should think it is. Turaye, eh? Turaye. I want to talk a little bit about, Palestine and stuff, what's going on. What blessed we are in this country. We're sitting here talking about goobers earlier. Remember goobers? Ken brought it up. He's like, did you know that there was a thing where in the same jar there's the jam and the peanut butter?
I thought that was just something they did recently.
No, goobers. I think you can get chocolate and peanut butter too. Like that. I think you can.
Yeah, they call that a Reese's cup.
Yeah, those are pretty delicious.
Yeah, but they got jars of it. What's it called? Yeah, there's
Goobers.
jars of stuff like that.
Goobers.
Nutella. That's it.
Oh,
Nutella.
Oh.
Hate Nutella. I hate hazel.
Hold on, let me tell you. This is my Nutella commercial.
Hazelnut is just nasty.
Hazelnut's terrible. There's a thing of hazelnut creamer in our break room. Nobody uses that.
Hazelnut.
Hazelnut.
I knew her. She did movies that were for the adults. Coming to the stage, put your hand together for Hazelnut.
Hazelnut.
Coming up, More of the fun and frivolity that is. Remember, One Hit Wonder tomorrow. Let us know what you're thinking about. You can also tweet at me at Chad Benson Show. A lot of good stuff to get to, and, of course, fun and frivolity, because we don't do anything other than that. This is the Chad Benson Show. Super Talk 99.7. I can't. If you go anywhere, right? So if you go to SeaWorld and you jump in with the orcas and you die, you're an idiot. If you go to the place where the hot springs are and you catch fire because you get near where you're not supposed to be, I don't know what else there is to say.
No.
I just
Effed around and found out.
all the time. That's the new thing, the new form of parenting. I was talking to you briefly about it last week, Ken, but F around and found out. Gentle parenting is gone because they've decided that it isn't working.
Yeah.
It isn't working. And I've always said this about the kids. For as much as everybody whines about them, they didn't raise themselves. You know who did? Gen X. That's why we're a mess and we've never had a president. We're like, we can't let these people be president. Nobody in this generation needs to be anywhere near being a president.
If only my parents wouldn't have put me in timeout so many times.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about it.
Hey, why don't you just take a time out?
Yeah,
okay?
you're doing well. Hold the stream of consciousness stick.
It's my fault that you keep bad-mouthing
Yeah,
me
that's
and
it.
talking back.
Yeah. What could I have done better to not make you light something on fire? So, I mean, that's like that is, and now their F around and find out is here. And the New York Times did this huge expose on the fact that even this one woman who's kind of championed the gentle parenting, she has said, look, there are some kids that no matter how gentle you try to parent them, you got to take a different tact. And it's not about beating your kids, but it's about having some, reason. I can't reason with a 5-year-old because they're 5.
Right.
I can barely reason with half of you people. If I bet you that kid was gentle parent, walked over to the damn hot spring. What? Did you think they were kidding? You know who's going to play for it? Trump.
They'll sue Yellowstone. They'll sue the National Park Service.
Of course they will.
It was their fault.
It was their fault. They didn't put up a fence. And then if you hop the fence, they didn't put it up high enough.
Yeah.
Right? They should have removed the natural hot springs.
Why didn't they put ice in it?
That's right.
If you fall into a volcano, then you should just plug it up.
They should. We have to cover it up because you guys are stupid. I'm always fascinated by people who do dumb things like that. Like if you're sitting in your house and a train goes through, well, there's nothing you can do about that. You didn't expect that.
That's right.
But if you're sitting in your house, you go outside and you stand to see if the train is coming and you don't move and it runs you over, I don't feel sorry for you. Same people who pet the bear, you know who you are, or go over to see if they were lying about whether or not the geyser was hot. By the way, they weren't, and you caught fire.
I thought the bison would be friendly. He was just laying there.
I told him I only eat vegetarian jerky. Just fascinating. Let us know what your one-hit wonder is going to be tomorrow. We do One-Hit Wonder Wednesday. We take one song. We delve deep into the One-Hit Wonder Wednesday. So shoot us a text.
Man, you had a good one last Wednesday.
Yeah, you weren't here for that.
That was...
What was it?
Should we tell you?
Yeah?
Kung Fu Fighting. Carl.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Carl...
Douglas.
Who?
Carl Douglas.
Carl
Was it?
Douglas, yeah.
Which, by the way, sounds like such a rock and roll name. What's up, Carl? You hanging out with Todd?
Maybe that's why he's a one-hit wonder.
He tried hard, dude. He tried hard. That was a B-side, too, by the way.
That was a B-side, and it was great use of the jazz flute.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. He was, hey, in the 70s, Kung Fu was everywhere for a while.
You betcha it
It
was.
was awesome. Go to the matinee, right? Little double feature. Their mouths. Hey, you over there. I know you. You're my friend. I'll fight you. Oh, those were the best. You know what? I cannot watch most foreign films if they're dubbed. But I can watch the Kung Fu movies if they're dubbed. I like them dubbed. They're hilarious.
Yeah, I like whenever there's a crowd, there's supposed to be a crowd of people making noise. It's always only one or two people going, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, hey, oh, we are.
Hey, you.
Hey.
Mr. Wang. I see. You're my friend. There's always that guy with the big mole and all the hair coming out of it. Oh, that guy was the best. He was always running with the bad guy, and he was an idiot. And he had no kung fu skills. No, don't beat me up.
I remember a kung fu movie that I really liked where I think it was called The Five Masters of Death.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And one of them was the snake, and he could actually slither.
Oh, that is so awesome.
Like he could slither up walls.
Oh.
And then, he had the snake strike.
Oh, yeah, with his hand. Oh, he knows praying mantis. That's really good, but can you stop rising bull? Whoa.
Rising bull.
Can any of you stop a bullet? Chad, that's not very nice. I wondered how, I've often wondered, like, even with, like, the samurais kept a absolutely amazing history of the battles and who was what and stuff. Because I just want to let you guys know, Japan and China are not the same countries. So ninjas, samurais.
Yeah, Japan used to invade China.
all the time, do horrible things. So Japan had the samurai and the ninja, and then the kung fu had all the other guys with the long, Who was the guy in Kill Bill? What was his name?
David Carradine?
No. The guy that was the master.
Oh, I don't know.
Mao Wei, Pei Wei, whatever his name is.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that guy was awesome. He's one of the great kung fu people, like one of the stars of kung fu in the 70s and 80s, which is the best. It was going to be awesome when the Shaw Brothers popped up on there. Shaw Brothers, you're like, yes! Master of the Flying Guillotine. The guy's arms grow like to 19 feet long. You're like, no
Master
way.
of the Flying Guillotine.
Yeah, you don't mess with that.
Yes, sir.
Phenomenal. Kung Pao was a very funny movie. Yes, indeed. Pai Mei, that was his name. Pai Mei. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Dude from California. 8023.
I like pie.
I'm not going to do Norman Greenbaum, and I'll tell you why. He sued us. He sued my national show because we used Spirit in the Sky. And he ended up suing us. And they finally found out that, no, we had bought the license to like a whole library of songs. But he still didn't want us to play it. And it was something stupid, too. Like, it had nothing to do with politics and stuff, but apparently he was going around trying to do that for a while.
So he was basically trying to double dip.
He was, absolutely. But we'll find out. Let us know. One Hit Wonder Wednesday tomorrow. Want to hear from you. We got some serious stuff going on. As heard here earlier, our man Ken reporting on what's going on in Gaza, and it's not pretty.
Her doctors say she was born healthy. Malnutrition leading to infection, the cause of death. Now shrouded in a blanket, cradled by her mother, she weighs less than she did when she was born. If she had enough food, at 5 months, she would have been able to sit up or grow, but it hasn't happened, she says. 3 months inside the hospital, and this is what I get in return, that she is dead.
It is awful. And I said this last night, and, I got attacked because I'm not afraid. It's not that I'm breaking ranks. And this is the thing. This is why you can't have normal conversation in this country. Being opposed to mass starvation and what is going on there by people who, by the way, are helpless. Think about this. Take away what you think of Hamas or not. Because we all know they're awful. Nobody is debating how awful Hamas is. Take away that. You've got a vast group of people that are in a situation where they have very little food. Their lives are torn upside down. They're sleeping, many of them, outside. They never know who is coming in or who is coming out as far as what's being allowed in that day or not. Even the president is acknowledging there's some serious issues. Well, there's a bunch of food there. We'll let it in. Well, we can't because we got to check it, and we're not quite sure. They wouldn't even let tents in the other day because the poles may be fastened to make a rocket or something like that. Enough, right? And I say this because I care about Israel. Israel standing in the world, they're becoming a pariah to a lot of nations who are uncomfortable with what's going on. And I'll say it over and over again. They may pull the trigger, but our names are all over a lot of those bullets and bombs. We are funding this. And the thought that we're going to get Hamas out of there by doing what? Let me ask you guys a question. Here's an honest question. You live next door, and you've got your little fiefdom, and the person that lives next door to you controls what goes in and out, controls where you can go, and has killed mostly all of your family. You really don't have a future. How are you going to feel about that neighbor? Probably not very good. So what's the answer? Because doing the same thing over and over again isn't going to help, and it's not helping Israel. Their biggest battle right now is in the public sphere. Even their number one television show the other day, their news program, like their 60 Minutes, the guy said, this isn't, we may win a battle, but we've lost the moral high ground. We've lost it. Morally, we're losing. So how do you change that? That's the thing that I think a lot of people are frustrated with. Go look at it. Israel across the board is angry at Bibi. They're kind of over it. They're frustrated. They blame him for this. They have serious questions of how the most policed area on the planet, with more cameras, you can't walk 2 feet without somebody standing there with a gun, got that many people through on that day. So there's a lot. But we can be humane because that's not who we are as a nation. And I'm glad that Trump is pushing back. I'm glad that he's saying, hey, look, we got to do something. He's acknowledging it.
I think Israel wants to do it, and they'll be good at doing it. If they do it, and if they really want to do it, and I think they do, they'll do a good job.
So somebody said, I don't want innocent people to die. That's what Ray said, especially children. But those people make their choices. You're not making a choice. There's not been any elections there. There's no choice made. And by the way, when you're weak, you're not fighting back. Some stuff gets through the North. A vast majority is not getting through anywhere. And here's something else. If you want to go fishing, you're a target. If you swim in the ocean, you are a target. If you swim in the ocean, you're a target. That right there, to me, is just ridiculous. This whole thing is, and this is why I care about, like, a lot of people like, I'm giving Israel what they want. No, somebody needs to give them what they need. What they need is you're losing the PR battle. You're not going to win this by trying to kill everybody because all you're doing is making little kids for the future who only want to kill you because they'll have no hope, no future, and they're going to grow up with no hope, no future, being controlled, told where they can go, where they can't go. So what's the answer? Because this ain't it. And Trump is right. We got to think of something else. What that something is, you got to bring everybody together. And this is where Trump needs to use his might. And you get these guys in a room, the Saudis, the Jordanians, the Egyptians, everybody you possibly can, and say, all right, we're doing this. And you guys are playing a massive role. A massive role. But I don't think Bibi would let that happen. I don't. Because I still to this day think he's using this for as much as he possibly can. Absolutely. There's a lot of things that he has intimated, and the Likud party that he is, that's their, think of it as a hard right party. The things that they say, there's got to be a better way. There has to be. Because I think most people in Israel don't want to see children starve. I think most people in Israel everybody wants Hamas gone. But wanting them gone and getting them gone and hoping that you're going to kill an ideology and a thought, I don't think that's going to happen. Because what happens in 6 months? They're still going to be there trying to kill them over and over again. Because why? They're going to crop up because they're desperate. So what's the outside the box? Coming up. Back to fun stuff. A lot of people chiming in about the Kung Fu, because Kung Fu is still the greatest. I was not very good at Kung Fu, but I was more of a karate man. But you know what? It is what it is.
I got a buddy who is a praying mantis expert.
Are you serious?
Yes.
And that guy's not teaching the Chad Benson Show praying mantis moves?
He will.
Okay, we need to.
We just got to go to Tyler, Texas.
That's okay. He needs to come over here and show us some sweet moves. Coming up, we'll talk more about who knows what and then some. I got the hot takes as well, and we're hearing from you. One Hit Wonder Wednesday. What should the song be tomorrow? Let us know. You can text the program. This is the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. What? She won't be credible? Oh, this is my shocked face. Ah! So stupid. Who do I have to? Who can't I offend so I could get out of jail? God. I'm sorry.
You're not.
You know, jail sucks when you're begging for a day trip.
Yeah, no doubt. To D.C., by the way.
Field trip.
Yeah, field trip. Where's she being held at? Florida?
Yes, Tallahassee.
Oh. So, Florida State. That was racism. She's not a credible witness. She's a liar and she's a child molester. And without her involvement, Epstein may have tried some stuff, but never have done the things that he was able to get away with. Because she was it. Creepy old dude cruising around the parks. You might as well have been in a white van offering candy or do you want to touch my puppy? Right? With her, she lured him in. No, sorry. And no pardon. And if Trump pardons her or commutes her sentence, sorry. No. That would be the most vile thing that you could do because of who she is and what she did. Remember, she didn't just procure the girls. She participated in stuff. So there. I saw somebody sent me a meme that gave her birth date, and then it says death sometime next week.
No. She's not testifying about the Clintons.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know. No, you can't believe it. She's not credible. She's not. Plus, she's going to want all kinds of, she's like, I want a milkshake and I want a private jet and like she's going somewhere.
And a fillet of fish.
Got to have, tell them to bring back the McRib. Coming up. Hour number 3 of the program, missing the show. Shame on you. Grab the podcast. One Hit Wonder Wednesday. Let us know on the text line or at Chad Benson Show what you want to hear tomorrow for our big song, Chad Benson Show.